single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. feature show. And what else? Do stay towards the end of the show because a couple of things happen at the end of the show. I always bring both my guests back to the chat box at the very end for final thoughts, final things that we want to talk about, and for a question that I like asking my guests. Nothing crazy. It's something very simple question. But I just want to say yes, it is a featured show, so I want you to be very aware of that and be respectful. And more importantly, I want you, if you're here, I want you to enjoy the show, enjoy the conversations, and just be a part of it. Of course, gifts are appreciated, hearts are appreciated. All of that helps the show grow. And please do so show support to my guests, show them support. I believe that the main purpose of feature shows on here is for all of us to uplift each other, plug each other in, connect with each other, you, myself, the guests, the audience, And I do encourage you to comment on the comment box if you have any questions. If you want to be part of the conversation, please feel free to speak in the comments. And if you would like to be a guest on the show, do contact my admin Emoji J because he's the one that has the guest list and he's the one that can make it happen. So if you want to be a guest on the show, you don't have to be a top batch, you don't have to be a popular streamer. You just have to be someone who's on the app, who enjoys being on the app. Even if you're not a streamer, but you're a gifter and you want to just come talk, show face, share your experiences, you're more than welcome to do that. All of you guys are welcome. Only condition is be respectful towards myself and the guests. Other than that, you're welcome to be a guest if you want to. I think it's an absolute amazing way for us to all get to know each other, connect with each other. And the other thing I want to say is another disclaimer that I almost forgot is that I do have my comment box on. I read all of the comments, so thank you, Champ, for the compliment. But if you see that I do not address you individually at the moment where you send me the comment, the reason is simple. Feature shows have a specific format that we have to follow. It is not a regular streaming schedule. It's not a regular stream, right? So in regular streams, we're able to stop and acknowledge people all the time and all of that. But feature shows work a little bit different. So if you're new on here, I just want to say that and explain that so you don't think I'm ignoring you, because I am not ignoring you. I am reading you. I want you to comment, and then I will be making pauses as the show goes on to give shout outs and to address questions in the comment box, etc. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you. But, I do appreciate your energy. I appreciate you being here supporting the show. Feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. I am always on Instagram. If you want to connect with me on there, it's an easy way to do so. And also on YouTube at That Cuban Girl. With that said, welcome to Own It. If you're an old friend, welcome back. If you are a new friend, welcome to the show. Thank you for that. It's so cute. My name is Cicely, but I am Cuban. I grew up in Cuba till I was 14 years old. So yes, I am the real thing. A lot of people ask me if I'm Cuban because people think I'm Middle Eastern, because I don't have a heavy accent, but Spanish is in fact my first language. English is my second, although I am completely bilingual. So I am fluent in both. I speak and write both. Just want to put that out there because I am Cuban. The other thing I want to say about myself is that I have been in the entertainment industry for the last about 12 years. I currently live in California, although I was just in Miami for a few months because of work, actually. But I've been in the entertainment industry for the last 12 years, and I have a lot of experience in modeling, acting, all these things, you name it, hosting, and beauty pageants. I just competed at Miss Cuba Universe, which is why I was in Miami. And so I say this to say that the reason I love having this show is because live streaming has been a completely different thing that has challenged me in different ways. Because when you come from being used to being in front of a camera and doing photo shoots and things like that, it's a whole different experience than actually being yourself and going live. And you guys are streamers, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so it's also been an amazing way to stay grounded and to connect with amazing people out there from literally all around the world. And for me, my favorite thing about this show is that I get to share my experiences, share what I know with all of you guys, because the intention of Own It is for you and I to become the best versions of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are. I do believe that we all have a story that is worth sharing, and it doesn't matter if my story is different than yours or my guess. Every single one of us here have a very different story, but that doesn't mean that our stories, one story is better than the other. No, on the contrary, I believe that every single experience we experience in life help us or has made us who we are, right? So my experience in my own personal life story combined with my guests is why I really love this show, because I get to truly give back, and people usually really like to connect with people because you can see yourself in different people in here. And so that is the main intention with Own It, so we can all be better, strive to be better every single day, and just own, truly, truly, truly own who we are. And so the way that this happens on Own It is that every single Tuesday I have a different topic. And I usually create the topic based around my guests' bios. My guest bios today were very short and simple, which is totally okay. But I figured that it's the beginning of 2025. We're still in the first month of the year. And what better way to kickstart this show today than to talk about productivity? Every single Tuesday, I have a different show, a different topic for the show. So if you have any feedback or any topic ideas, please do DM me on Instagram and tell me, because I would love to know. But yeah, I figured productivity would be an amazing topic for today. It's also something that I go through in my own life, being productive, staying on top of tasks and things that I have to do. And so, yeah, what better way to talk to start this year than talking about productivity, especially as streamers, right? Because I think all of us who stream, we stream for a reason. We all have different goals with our streaming schedules and everything. So I'm really curious to know and to see what kind of ideas we can share around productivity and getting things done this year. And so, welcome if you're just tuning in. Thank you so much. I do want to remind you that favorites are free and they really help the show, myself, my guests. I do have, thank you so much, Mexican, for the favorite. I do have one of my guests today, who is very new to the app. So I do want to encourage all of you to please favorite them, because that way we can help each other, right? And it's a very simple way to support each other and help each other, and it doesn't cost you anything. With that said, gifts are always welcomed and appreciated, although not required. But thank you so, so much ahead of time for that. So today, talking about productivity, I have two amazing guests. I'm gonna ask both my guests to request the guest box, because I'm not really sure who wants to go first or who is here. which one of my guests is here. Thank you for the teddy bear. Okay, let me see. So, oh, they're both here. Okay, perfect. So, okay, so I'm going to go by what I wrote down. If you guys see me looking down, it's simply because I'm very old school and I like writing down my things. Literally, I have notebooks just for Own It because that's the way I like it. But my first guest for the day is a late night streamer from the Big Apple. She loves to play video games and chill and loves the chill vibes. She's also a host of a featured pending show. So crossing my fingers for you to get your show featured. I really, really, you will. I know you will. So please, everybody, welcome to Own It, Queen Honey. Where is she? Hello, my darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Welcome to Own It. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I want to know everything.
Okay, well, I am Queen Honey. As she said, yes, I'm a late night streamer, so I like to stream after hours, probably like around like after 12 a.m. You know, that late type stream. I am a host of a game show that's called How Geeky Are You? It's a game show where I test players' knowledge on anything world of geek, anything that you may consider geek or anything that you geek out on. I test your knowledge on that. I am from New York, born and raised, Big Apple, and I'm just trying to build on my stream and build on the things that I bring to the app. And yeah, I think that sums it up.
Love that. So I have a couple questions right off the bat. So first question, how long have you been streaming for?
3 years.
3 years. And it's more or less how long I've been on the app too. So yeah, this is actually going into my third year. So we actually started at the same time. That's pretty
Okay.
cool. I'm surprised I've never met you before.
Yeah, I had to. I had to build up my name to be on here. Definitely, when I versus when I first started versus now, it's definitely been different. So I think now I'm starting to feel like people might know me a little bit more than I did when I first started here.
I love that. So you're from New York. So why the late streams? I'm just wondering, just curious.
Honestly, because I stay up so late. I think that's what it is. I stayed up late, and late night always just seemed to be the best time for me. I figured if I'm going to be up at 12 o'clock in the morning, why don't I just stream? I do enjoy streaming. So that's how it kind of connected to each other. Um, I do try to get on sometimes earlier, but also work schedule too, because of my hours. And when I get home late, that's how late time kind of just became the thing for me.
That makes sense. So I like asking my guests usually this question because I'm always really intrigued about how people get started on the app, how they found out about it, and what's like your favorite thing about it. So what was it for you?
So interestingly enough, when I started on the app, I was it was August 2021 is when I created the account. I was a essential worker, so every day I'm going to work. I'm working like 12-hour shifts Monday through Sunday. I'm not really catching a break. And honestly, I was just like it became very exhausting, but that's what my life became. And one day I was just like, I had Googled it actually, like, is this something I could do that doesn't require me to go to work every single day? And I'm gonna be real with you. There was a link to like the top 10 places you can go online, and Meet Me happened to be like number 6. It was like an
Really?
online, yeah, it was an online thing. He said, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. It was like you could make money. It was online, and to me, I was like, that sounds wonderful because I'm going to work every day, and I'm tired, and I want to stay home, but I couldn't stay home because I chose to go to work. And when I signed up for Meet Me, I literally for 6 months did not know what to do. I just kept looking at the app, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't understand this. To me, also, it presents as a dating app. So I'm like, I can, what exactly, like, what exactly is this app? So I had to do some research. I went through YouTube and kind of looked up what the app was. Thank you. And I just kind of looked up what the app was. And then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna test it out. The first couple of months, I was just, I didn't like it, or I just didn't connect with it until I started meeting people and realizing, okay, I have to kind of step out of that like comfort zone and start meeting people, and like there's more to this than what I thought. So that's what I did, and now I'm here.
I love that. I love that so much. And thank you for sharing that. Because I usually love hearing people's stories, streamer stories on how they started on here. They're always so different. That's why I like asking that question every show. And, some people start because they want to date someone, which was not my case. I actually I had a boyfriend at the time when I started. So I
Mm.
simply started because a friend got me on it. She said, I started in 2022, and my friend was a top batch in 2020. She was like, I love it. I make a lot of money, da 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 da. And I was like, well, I have a good personality. I'm down to like meet people and see what it is. And I was getting out of my shell too. And I remember, like you said, my first couple months, just as yours, it was kind of awkward, like the first month you barely get people in your streams, but then something happened, you start figuring it out, right? And it's a beautiful journey. And like, I love that you're sharing that with all of us, because I think it could serve as a big source of inspiration for people listening right now. With that said, I'm going to make a quick pause and welcome everybody in who's just tuning in right now. I see old friends. Shout out to Papa Bear, who's always here. Papa Bear, I love you. You're the best. He's always helping the show. Thank you. And if you're new on here, I want to encourage you to not just favor me and heart me, but also to go support my guests, okay? Because just as I always say at every single show, the intention, at least from my end with this show, is for all of us to get to know each other, to connect with one another. And I truly want you guys to go favor my guest right now, Queen Honey. Give her love, show up to her streams, and just share the good vibes, all right? But I do want to acknowledge that I'm listening and reading your comments, okay? So welcome to Own It. I hope this is your favorite featured hour every Tuesday and that you come back every single Tuesday. So, Queen Honey, we're talking about productivity today, and I'm just curious about what's your intake, especially being a streamer. And do you still have a regular job or not really?
No, I still work. Yes.
Okay, so having a regular job and being a streamer, a late night streamer, how do you handle productivity to do that?
Um, it's hard because working regular hours and then trying to like combine streaming into the mix does become difficult. It's just trying to figure out how to manage the time. I guess that makes, managing, what best works for me. Sometimes late night doesn't always work because if I get on after 12 o'clock and then before I know it is 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to get up at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock to go to work. So it's about just, I think, managing the time and trying to balance out what works best. But
So how do you manage your time? I guess I'm trying to figure out, in case someone on here needs to hear how you do it. Do you have any strategy, any tips on how to do that?
um, I would say look at your whole everything as a whole, not just your work, because what if you want like time that you want to yourself, time that you don't want to spend on the app, think to yourself, how do you okay, let me rephrase that. The full 24 hours, think, how do you plan out your day? So for me, for a regular day, like for Monday I work 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I know for me, I'm not going to get up at 9 o'clock, 8:30 to go stream. I'm getting up at 9 o'clock to go to work for 10. From 10 to 6, I don't stream during my break hours because that's my time for myself. So I know for a fact that between 9 o'clock to 10, I will not be on the app. I'm not going to stream because that's for work. So then when I get off work at 6, now I have from 6 to 12. I think to myself, I have to eat, you know, I need to get back, I need to get home from work. So it's just about how do you want to see your day out. So sometimes if say I eat when I get home, then I still have a couple of hours left. And then I think to myself, do I want to get on the stream now? You know, say if I want to stream for 2 hours, I can do the 2 hours now and then have the rest of the night to myself. Or do I want to reverse it and enjoy the rest of my night and then get on at 12?
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that because I think you just touched on a very important point, which is having time for yourself. I do know a lot of content creators or streamers that get really burnt out because, especially their first year of doing this full time, they have zero time to themselves. And I think it's so important what you just said, like your break time at work is your time for you. And not to say that what they do is wrong, but I have seen a lot of streamers streaming on their break at work, and that's okay if that's what works for them. You just got to figure out what works for you. And for me, that also works, taking time to myself and not feeling bad about it. And I think that's super important.
Right, definitely.
So before I let you go for now, because I do want to bring you back at the end of the show if you're still around for final thoughts and everything. But do you have anything that you want to shout out right now? Your show, anything you're doing?
Yes. So the show that I have mentioned, it is featured pending. We're still in the works. It is called How Geeky Are You? I am currently starting season 4 on February 3rd, which will be Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in testing your knowledge on anything geek related, and that means I've done video games, Harry Potter, anime, Star Wars, anything you can think of or anything that you've known for a fact that you can geek out on. That's what my show is about. So if you're interested in taking part of the show, you can message me. Follow me on Instagram. I can give you more details. But it's just a show that I just want everybody to take part of because I feel like we all have an inner geek about ourselves. And I am one of the hosts that wanted just you to feel comfortable enough to geek out and there's no judgment or anything of that nature.
I love that. And when is it?
It's starting Monday, February 3rd at 9 p.m. Will be season 4's episode 1.
So do you need anything to get it featured? Like, do you need anything from us? I don't know. What do you need?
I know I just set up a meeting with Chris Casper and Paige on the show. But I know I've gotten feedback for the show, but I'm just trying to figure out what are the next steps in order to get it featured.
Amazing. Well, if you need any guests or any help, let me know. And Emoji J just wrote in the comment box that he can also help you admin the show if you need one. So there you go.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Queen Honey. It's been amazing speaking to you and getting to know you. And don't go anywhere because I would like to bring you back in the last 5 minutes of the show, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That was so amazing, you guys. I love meeting new streamers on here, and this is literally the main reason why I do this show. So before I move on to the second half of the show today, and I give you the quote of the day and everything else that you guys already know that's going to happen, I'm going to make a quick pause and welcome everybody in who's just tuning in right now in this beautiful, sunny, well, at least in California, it's really sunny, Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to Own It. If you are new on the stream and you've never met me before, I want to invite you to favor me and also follow me on Instagram because I am always on Instagram. I'm very approachable. As long as you're respectful, I'll always get back to your DMs. People on here know it. And, I just want to say thank you for your energy, for showing up, for, just being present. All 215 of you, thank you so much. I love doing this show because it's an amazing way for me to connect with other streamers and other people that I would never connect with otherwise. And so today we have two amazing guests. My first guest, you just met her, Queen Honey. And my second guest is surely coming up in the lineup. But before that, I want to give a couple of shout outs to the people that are in here right now. So My friends, Super Adventurous, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I'll favor you in a minute. Emoji J, who's my admin, and that reminds me to mention if you would like to be a guest on the show, please feel free to contact Emoji J and he'll add you to the guest list. Also, shout out to Ma, Papa Bear. Thank you so much again for being here. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? I don't see anybody else. Well, thank you guys for the gifts and for the favorites. I'm seeing them all. Let me go to my top gifter um, page. So number 3, Emoji J, thank you. Number 2, Queen Tigress, thank you. Number 1, MC, thank you so much for the gifts. And okay, you guys, so I'm going to move on to the second half of the show. And based on our topic of the day, which is productivity, I want to share not one quote. I usually share one quote, but I want to share 2 quotes actually, because they really spoke to me. They really it was very relatable to my own life experience, and I hope that it serves you as well. So the first quote of the day is, nothing will work unless you do. And oh my gosh, had I had to really internalize this, because a lot of times, especially as streamers or as content creators, we sometimes I think we all go through this when we first start streaming or just having a presence online. It's just that some people understand it quicker than others, but if we don't do anything, nothing's gonna happen. So we have to show up and we have to do, and you know, it's a big trial and error path, right? If you don't stream, if you don't put your face out there, you're never going to be a top batch, correct? Am I wrong? So if that's your goal, maybe that's not your goal. Thank you. But you know, it's like nothing will work unless you do. You have to work, and that is part of being productive. That doesn't mean you have to work hard. You have to work smart, but you have to show up. You have to work, right? My second quote that I want to share with you, because it really, really spoke to me, is as follows. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities, okay? The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. And oh my gosh, this one also spoke to me so much, because I used to have a big issue with deciding what my priorities were. And maybe it sounds silly, but especially when you own your own schedule, sometimes you just, you know, it's tough to truly prioritize what's really important. It's like at the top of the list, because we get distracted, this or that. So for me, being able to schedule my priorities and follow through has been a game changer. And I think for 2025, anyone who's able to schedule their priorities and follow through with them, and then leave what's not as important for later, those are the people who truly are going to be able to be successful in absolutely anything that they do. Por nada, mi amor, por nada. That just means you're welcome. So with that said, I want to also welcome everybody who's just tuning in right now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of Own It in this beautiful Tuesday. This is your featured hour with me, That Cuban Girl. I want to invite you to follow me on Instagram and also YouTube at That Cuban Girl. And yeah, you guys, so today I'm having the topic of productivity, and I'm about to speak to my second guest of the day, who is a new streamer on the app. So what does this mean? That means that I would love for you all to show him love, to favor him, to help him, to show up to his streams, and to connect with him, right? So we all are able to build a community on here that is absolutely powerful and supportive and inspiring and uplifting and positive. So I'm going to introduce him. Okay, he requested, perfect. So let me do the introduction for my second guest of the day. He's a new streamer, as I mentioned, enjoys chatting with people from all around the world. So do I. He loves the outdoors, camping, fishing, and hiking. Please welcome to Own It, my new friend, Pegleg. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, you did. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Nice to meet you.
Meeting you.
So tell me, first and foremost, what is peg leg?
It's actually a peg leg because
What does that mean?
I'm an amputee below the knee, so I have a prosthetic leg. And every year for Halloween, I'm a pirate. And I made a peg leg from one of my old prosthetic legs.
Oh my God, I love that. No, I actually, because I did mention before that I am bilingual. There's certain words in English that I still don't know. So I had no idea what that meant. But that's really, really cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Peg Leg.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm new on the app here, only 2.5 months. Been streaming for about 2 months. I got very, very lucky. Like the third day on the app, I met a really nice top badge that took me under her wing and it basically is my mentor on here.
Oh.
Yeah. And she has a featured show Friday nights, which I'm an admin for her. You probably know her. Um, Groovy, Groovy's Beat.
I've heard of her. I don't personally know her, but I've heard of her. Yes.
She's got a heart of gold. She's got a heart of gold, and the Groovy game show. It's a really fun game show to be on.
I love that. So you've been streaming for 2 months. What's your experience been like?
It's been really good so far. I've met a lot of really nice people on here. Really nice people. Thanks, Ma.
So how did you find, tell me, I just want to know everything. I want to know how you found the app, how you got into streaming, what your goals are.
Actually, on the games I play, there's like a couple of games I was playing on my tablet, and the ad kept popping up for Meet Me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to check this out and see what it's all about. And, I was like, oh, this is a dating site. And then I was like, well, what's this go live thing? So I checked out the live part, it's everybody just streaming. I'm like, this is kind of cool. I like it.
Did you meet a lot of people right off the bat?
The first day, not so much, but like, because I was, just popping around, checking different things out, seeing, who's doing what and, try to get the feel for the app. And like I said, it was I met a couple of good ones the second day. But like I said, the third day, I think, is when I met Groovy, and she just like took me under her wing and explaining the app and everything. And she's got so much energy. It was just a lot of fun.
Oh, that's amazing. So, okay, so you're a streamer. Are you a daily streamer now?
Yes. Yeah, I try to stream in the early morning. Well, not early morning, like 8, 9 o'clock California time. I try to get live and then stay on till like noonish. And then I come on again around 6 in the evening.
So
And
what
then
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, so what's your goal with streaming? What do you love about it? What do you want to do?
Interacting with everybody, meeting the different cultures from, around the world. And I am trying to get a show. I am doing a show right now, which I'm trying to get it going more. And I call it Military Talk with Peg Leg. And what it is I want veterans or dependents to come in and talk about their experiences with the, dealing with the military.
Were you in the military?
I was in the Marine Corps.
How many years?
I did 4 years in Desert Shield. I was in Desert Shield and Desert Storm.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
I love that because I've spoken to a couple of other veterans on here, and I think it's really admirable and honorable when veterans get on the app and they stream and they share their stories and their experiences with us. Because for me, I've only had one other person in the military who unfortunately passed away a long time ago. So I have a lot of appreciation and respect for people in the military. So funny. She loves you, huh?
Yeah, she took my half milli, so that's why I'm Ma's BFF.
Hey, I love that. Shout out to Ma. I favored her too. Shout out, shout out.
She's got a lot of good energy. Ma's fun to visit her stream.
You have really good energy too, Peg Leg. I'm glad that you're in the show today.
Thank
And welcome to the app. Welcome to Meet Me, the Meet Me streets as we call it.
Yeah.
I hope it hasn't been too crazy for you and you've been able to manage, it sounds like.
Yeah. 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 Sometimes I use that phrase like, yeah, I'm going to go walk the streets.
So, Peg, like when people go on your streams, what can they expect? What do you like streaming about?
And well, we listen to music, whichever, if nobody will request a song, I just will play whatever, I want to hear. But usually it's most playing the music in the background, and I just like talking with people and getting to know them, and it's all about the good vibes,
Can you
safe place.
can you share a story or something that about someone that has truly impacted you so far? It doesn't have to be sad. It could be happy too,
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I would have to. I'll have to use Ma as an example, because I was walking the streets, like you say, and I was like, well, let's go see what this person's doing. And I popped into her stream, and she actually had two other people with her, and they were drinking. And the other two gals were like kind of really obnoxious. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stay here. And it's like, then next time I saw when she was on, I was like, I'm going to go see what she's up to this time, give her a second chance. And I'm glad I did, because she is a sweetheart.
That's amazing.
She's just like totally different. New as messy helps me. Yeah. And I'm like I said, Groovy's my mentor, and I'm kind of helping Ma, what I've learned from Groovy. I'm kind of passing on to Ma too, to help her out.
Is Ma new?
Yeah, she's only been on here like what, about a month and a half, almost 2 months now, Ma.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, welcome also to Meet Me, Ma. Yeah, no, I am. It's crazy because I've been doing this for a little while now, and you always meet so many new people, and this is what I love about this so much. Like so many new people joining every week, and it's so beautiful to see people come together from literally all around the world and just share their stories and their good vibes. It's a beautiful community.
I gotta do this just for Ma.
Hey.
Because Sam Elliott from Roadhouse, the first one with Sam Elliott, he's a big time actor, and he was in Roadhouse. And lately, a lot of people have told me with my hair down, I look like him.
I'm gonna Google him after this.
And Ma loves Sam Elliott. She jokes and calls me Sam, so I do the hair thing for her.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to make a quick pause and welcome everybody in. All of you guys tuning in right now, thank you so much for your energy, for showing up to the show. This is a featured show that happens here every single Tuesday live on the Meet Me streets at 5 p.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Pacific time. And my name is Cicely, but I am Cuban, so that's why I'm known here as That Cuban Girl, also on YouTube. And, I've had this feature show for a couple of years now. I love doing the show. The intention with Own It is for you and I to become the best versions of yourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are, because I believe that we all have a story worth sharing. And in my opinion, the only way to truly be successful and become the best version of ourselves is through owning the uniqueness of who we are. Flaws and all, whatever, we're human. But I think that when we actually share and own who we are and share who we are with others, we can all become better, because we all learn from each other. So thank you so much for the favorites, for the hearts. I see it all. And shortly, I'm going to be giving shout outs. But as of now, I'm talking to my second guest of the day, Peg Leg, about his story. He's a new streamer. So please, I encourage you all to go favorite him, to show up to his streams, to connect with him and his crew, his fam. And today's topic of the show is productivity. So I'm curious, Peg Leg, what do you have to say about that?
Oh, I really would like to get my show with more veterans coming in. Right now, I'm having a hard time getting the vets to come in and talk about their stories.
Why do you think that is?
Um, Probably because I'm not really, I don't have a flyer made up yet. And I'm looking for somebody to make the flyer for me. I had one person tell me they'd do it and they've been just really busy and haven't gotten around to doing it yet.
Emoji J is my admin, and he's the admin for many other shows. So
Yeah, I know Emoji J,
okay.
but I was either thinking asking him or she to do it because she does really good flyers too.
Okay. You figure it out. I think it's like maybe if you have someone to help you connect with the other veterans on the app, um, it'll be a really good thing for the platform, because I think we definitely do need more platforms that feature veterans and that give you guys a safe space to talk and to help other veterans out there as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So far, Pegleg, what's your goal with streaming, or what would make you really happy right now in general?
Just meeting people and having good conversations.
I
I'm
love
about making the connection and making friends on the app.
I love that. All right. Well, thank you for being here. I'm going to let you go, but please don't go anywhere because I will bring you back in a couple of minutes with my first guest. But thank you so much. I've truly enjoyed having this conversation with you and getting to know you, and hopefully it won't be the last time.
Right. Thank you for having me. It was fun. I
You're
enjoyed
very
talking
welcome.
with you.
Thank you. I'll see you in a couple minutes, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, you guys, welcome to Own It. If you're just tuning in, my name is Cicely. I go by That Cuban Girl, and this is your featured hour that happens every single Tuesday on the live stream community of Meet Me at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. This is a show that is high vibes, inspirational, full of positivity. And I'm very lucky and happy that my entire community on here is such a high vibe community. And that's what I want to transmit to you and share with you. And my intention with this show has always been for all of us to plug each other in, to connect with each other, to make each other better, and to ultimately help each other become the best versions of ourselves. And I do believe that when we share our stories with other people, we all benefit from that, because it doesn't matter that you can relate to me, or I can't relate to you, but somebody else will. We all have somebody here who we can relate to 100%, because we're all human. We all go through stuff, and life is life. Doesn't matter who you are. Life is essentially, the basis of life is the same for everybody, if that makes any sense. So I just want to give a couple of shout outs right now before I move on with the show. And first, shout out to Ma. Thank you for being here, for your comments, for sharing your amazing energy with all of us. I appreciate you. I favored you, so hopefully it's not the last time I see you. Also, shout out to my admin, Emoji J, who makes the show possible every Tuesday. He helps me get the guests. And if you would like to be a guest on the show, please do not hesitate to contact him and he'll put you on the guest list. Shout out to Andy. Shout out to Max. Thanks for the favorite. Shout out to Tu Angelito. Gracias. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Queen Honey. Shout out to MC. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to who else? Who else is on here? I think that's pretty much it. And then let me go to my gifter page. So shout out to number 3, Emoji J, number 2, Queen Tigress, and number 1, MC. Thank you guys for showing up, gifting, hearting the stream, all the things. Thank you. So you guys, today we're talking about productivity. And the main reason I chose this topic is because I usually choose topics that, of course, are things that I go through and that also other people can relate, but also it's the beginning of 2025. We're still in the first month of 2025. So I figured, why not talk about productivity, since we're all streamers on here and we all deal and sometimes even struggle with staying productive, managing our times. Gosh, I know I do. So I wanted to talk about this, and I just wanted to share with you. It's going to sound very silly, but for a long time, because of what I do for work, right? Modeling, and just I've been in the gig industry for so long that haven't had a 9 to 5, that for me, one of my biggest struggles was always to keep a schedule in order to stay productive. Thank you for the spotlight. And the way that I have course corrected that this year is I have kept, well, right now I've been writing it in my notes on my phone, but I have literally been writing everything on my phone in my notes, where, creating a schedule for myself and following that schedule. Whereas before, I would do things more as they came, because when you do what I do, you're kind of dependent on, whatever gigs you book or whatever comes your way. It's never the same. It's always different. And although it's as a blessing, it might sound great, it's also challenging to create your own schedule and to stick by your own schedule. And since it wasn't even since January, since the end of last year, 2024, I actually started having my own schedule with the things I want to do. And as of today, I have my own schedule from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that has truly helped me be productive. Well, that's what works for you, Hollywood Start, and that's okay. I'm sharing what works for me. And like I've mentioned many times on the show, thank you, Snowy, for the favorite. What works for me might not work for you. But the intention with this show is for all of us to share, and you can grab whatever works for you, whatever idea, whatever something that you feel you can that speaks to you, and that's okay. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You don't have to follow it or do it or anything. This is my personal opinion. It's what works for me. But as of right now, what works for me is having a schedule and knowing that, okay, on Mondays I shoot content, on Thursdays I shoot content, on Tuesdays I have Own It, like, so working around that schedule truly, truly, truly is helping me out. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So it's all about productivity. In which ways can you become more productive? In which ways can you get out of your own way and step into that version of yourself that gets out there and is productive without burning yourself? Because I don't believe that you have to burn yourself. And I mentioned this specifically for streamers and content creators, because I know there's a lot of y'all out there who are burning yourselves out. And it's okay to have goals and to strive for those goals, but I also think it's okay to take time off and really take time for you. So this is my own personal, humble opinion about it. You can take it if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, you can throw it away. That's okay. But with that said, and that being my tip of the day, I'm curious to know what are the things that work for my guests. So I'm going to invite both of them back in the chat box for the last 10 minutes of the featured hour before we're done with the show for the day. So please, Queen Honey and Peg Leg, request the chat box for final thoughts. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. All right.
Hello. Hi, Queen.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Did you guys know each other?
No.
No.
Amazing. Well, now you do. So now you can be in each other's streams. Now we're new BFFs.
Yep. I definitely would like to try your show, The Geeking Out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm open to getting new players for the show. So definitely want a wider spread of players. So absolutely.
I love that. So you guys, I just wanted to say I like bringing both my guests back in at the end of the show if they're available still, because I want everyone on here to truly feel like they're building a community, and what better way for all of us to meet each other, even if it's just online. But now you both get to see each other's face. You both now know each other. So hopefully everyone on here can support you and go to your streams and be part of what you have going on. And so this is why I like doing this at the end of the show. But also, I do have a question that I like asking everyone. And the question is, what is the one thing you can own up about yourself that helps you in your journey?
Well, I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. That's one thing my dad taught me is you keep your word.
For me is I can own that I started off shy, that I wasn't as, open as I wanted to be, and that streaming has definitely been helpful in that and has helped me out being more open to talk to people, being open to just, be around other people and pretty much stepping outside of my own comfort zone. I can own up to that.
That's beautiful. And I love that. I can relate to both of those. Actually, my word peg leg is one of my values in life. I really, really love that and appreciate that. And I think a lot of people, I think unfortunately that has been lost in our society for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, to honor your word. I love that. And to own up that you were shy. I can relate to that too, because I'm not a shy person, but like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, live streaming and the other stuff is completely different. So I had a big barrier when it came to going live because I guess I didn't truly know how to be myself. And I guess I didn't know that being yourself and just talking to people was all you needed to do and be. So I can definitely relate to that. I want to thank you both for being here. And I want to wish you the very best on getting your show featured, Queen Honey.
Thank you.
So let me know if you need anything with that. And Peg Leg as well, good luck. I know you want to have a show eventually, so good luck with that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And is there anything before I let you go that you would like to shout out?
I do have a battle coming up on February 8th. It is a 5 battle, so that's what I have going on. And I will say it again, How Geeky Are You Season 4 does start February 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in checking out the show, I do have it on my Instagram. I have my YouTube channel. You can go and check out the show. I do have the last 3 episodes of season 3 if you were interested to know how the show works.
Very cool.
Okay. Peg Leg?
No, I ain't got anything.
Just your regular streams. Shout out your streams.
Yeah,
When do you stream?
Just stop by, come say hi, and listen to the music with us. Have good conversation.
I love that. Well, thank you guys again for being part of the show, for being a guest. And it was really nice to meet you and speak with you in this lovely hour. You have an amazing rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. And you guys, I want to say thank you so, so much to all of you. I know we still have a few more minutes before the featured hour is over. So I want to take this time to ask you if you have any questions. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, they want to drop in the chat box, anything you want to share with me, anything you want to say, do it now or be forever quiet. What's the saying? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Is that what you say? Is that how you say it? I don't know. But thank you. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Guys, I've been in Miami for way too long. I recently just moved back from Miami. I was in Miami for like 4.5 months full time. And I was speaking Spanish the whole time. And now I'm like, okay, I'm trying to remember my English. Oh, I'm sure it's okay. He did amazing. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for being part of the show. Shout outs again to Mama's BFFs and, my guest Peg Leg, Queen Honey, Emoji J, Papa Bear, everybody Tu Angelito, everybody who has been here today. I appreciate your hearts, your energy, your gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I am going to be better at having a streaming schedule. It's been very difficult to get back in the groove of streaming apart from the show. I'm always here on the show, but to create a streaming schedule apart from the show. But that's definitely a goal that I have for this year. So with that said, thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. I'm always grateful that you guys check the show out and, you guys are here and you comment and you're part of the show. Even just your energy, I appreciate it. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Cicely Marin. Make sure that you look me up on YouTube at That Cuban Girl and connect with me. And I will see you very soon. next Tuesday so you and I can own it, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget. I'll see you soon next Tuesday. Bye, guys.